Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Before we have this event started off, a huge shout out to our sponsors as the eISL is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Of course, you all know that. But also, our associate sponsor Hero, our esports partners Nodwin Gaming, our platform partners PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners Terra Virtue for making this happen. Joining along with me is Azim, and I think so far we found out who really has the rights over the Roshogulla. But today it's again an Eastern Derby. SCEB Bengal going up against Odisha FC. What are your thoughts?
Well, quickly, let's take you through the tournament format. As always, this is, of course, the league stage with 110 matches being played. We're playing just about the last few right now with 3 games per match, two 1v1s and a co-op. Top 4 make it to the finals, and of course, the top 2 team members represent India at FGS 2022.
Oh, now again, you're talking about the top contenders there. On one side, we do have SCEB Bengal, the favourites to go and win that. And along with that, they have the chance of grabbing a massive chunk of the 78 lakh rupees prize pool. The first position getting 15 lakh rupees and so on reduces down. The MVP, however, gets 4 lakh rupees and a personalized NFT by Terra Virtua of the player, of course. And quickly let's take a look at the leaderboard and see how things are standing or faring out. Not a lot to be won or lost in this particular game, but it's just an Eastern Derby, right? And I know how things get really intense between these neighboring states when it comes down to football and
Well,
food.
Odisha FC not entirely mathematically out of it, we should say. If they win their last 5 matches, who knows what can happen, but let's be realistic about it. It is, of course, Ankit Gupta going up against Duggal, and of course, we have Shayantan. I am Ben07 going up against Shubham, who got the spanking of a lifetime, it has to be said, from Ashwin last time out. This absolute annihilation, and I'm sure Shubham will want to prove a few people wrong over here and want to come out and show a fight.
Just in Shubham's mere defense, he was having a few of those tech issues with himself as a result, where he could not showcase his true potential. But that is how esports is, right? Certain times it's in your favor, sometimes it's not. But what is definitely not in their favor is the statistics. SCEB Bengal, just look at the difference over here. And every single side, it looks like a one-sided affair, right? But now the pressure has been lifted off of Odisha FC. And taking a look at the past encounter that they had, I think SCEB Bengal had no trouble whatsoever to seal the deal. Of course, the co-op game was won by Odisha FC, but that did not really matter because it was sealed in the first 2 fixtures. But today they've done a bit of a change around, and I think V Sharma and both Ankit have been instructed by their parents that you need to look more stylish, more humane, as it's time that they're entering into the playoffs. But yeah, I think this looks really good on Ankit.
Yeah, absolutely. But interesting to know that Dougal's FIFA score ranking is actually higher than Ankit right now. So maybe Ankit not grinding too much on division rivals at the moment. So maybe it's reflective of that. But have a look at that. 40 goals scored in 15 matches, averaging just under 3 goals per match. And everything is ready to go. We have kickoff. It is Odisha FC in the standard black and purple that we've gotten accustomed to seeing them in. And of course, SCEB Bengal in their home jersey as well. So let's see what's in store for us. I don't think it's going to be a very straightforward win for SCEB Bengal because even the last time out, actually it was very close between Duggal and Shayantan, and it could well have been a draw in that game as well. So will be interesting to see how Odisha FC approach this one. I think they have nothing to lose. They should play with complete freedom. Just go all out attack. Attack is the best form of defense, and you never know what might happen.
Yeah, and a lot of players have tried to go up against the mighty Ankit Gupta and have really failed. But with Dougal, there is a high possible chance, right? I'll tell you why. Because he went up against Lokmanyu and really managed to play out of his minds in that particular game. And how he's really started off has been looking really sound. He's been spending a lot of time playing his FIFA, grinding through the division rivals, and it certainly is showing up with Pele. Could have gotten in, but Ankit Gupta being more alert than ever, making sure the interception came in at the right moment. And now it's his time for counter attacks and a long ball
Oh,
in. Has it been well received? No, says Marquinhos as he just thwarts the ball away towards Van der Sar.
yeah, and that of course is the well, you could say occasional downside of having Pele as your centre forward. He does have Ronaldo on that left flank, so look for that cross that will come in from the right flank, searching for Ronaldo. We've seen Ankit score with that headed opportunity so many times. Last ditch tackle over there. Dugal looking confident in attack. He has got himself into a couple of threatening positions and he'll want to give Ankit the game away. Let's see, is he going to go for that meta finish? Is there going to be a cross into the box? He keeps going, brilliant pullback over there, still falls to Mbappe, and now with Hullet over there, ball still with Ronaldo, but that shot is scuffed, and it's a goal kick.
Oh, and it's good now the way things have started off. Odisha FC clearly have been not really been intimidated so far by Ankit Gupta. The last and Dugal has always been one of those players. I think I can relate him with Afnan. Where he started off was looking a lot shaky, but as things went on, we did see that rise in Dugal's performance. But he's got to put his best shoe forward today, right? He's got to have every shots connecting if he's got to have any chance winning the tie against Ankit, as with Kante. That's a
Ooh, lovely.
really good pass and not the way he really intended, but it's good for starters.
Yeah, was actually a very nice lob ball in behind, but just couldn't get that headed header back across goal. And it's been a fairly cagey opening 21, 22 minutes. Ankit also not quite able to find his full flow. I think Dugal's doing a good job of managing him. But as we've seen with Ankit, it only takes him a second. Although you have to say that in the recent couple of weeks, Ankit has been fairly docile compared to his teammate Shayantan, who's really taken on the mantle of taking SC's Bengal forward. And oh, this is beautifully worked and blazed over the top.
Whew, whew.
Interesting. Interesting. Not characteristic to see Ankit missing from those situations.
Yeah, a little scary though for Dugal. He kind of a perfect wake up call that you give Ankit that sort of a room, he's definitely gonna go for shots like that, and at a certain time. It's gonna hit, right? Talking about the kind of attacks he has in his arsenal, we'll talk about that a little bit later. As Marquinhos reading that cutback play coming in from the Gul side. And now SC Bengal, they're on the counter attack. Now, getting back to what I was really talking about, Ankit Gupta, his the mojo that really stands out, is the fact that he is certainly one of the players that you cannot really anticipate or read what he's going to do. And being one of the coaches of a state team, he's got a plethora of attacks that he can go after. This time, however, went for that meta cutback shot to pass, but did not really work out as Dugal read it like an open book, and now it's just back and forth engagement going between these two lads.
Yeah, and well, I would be hoping that Dugal can get something out of this game because I think as the motivation has gone out of the tournament for Odisha FC, we've seen Shubham start to decline a little bit going into games where there's not that much to play for, and he's a proper competitor. He wants to have something to fight for in every game, and I think if Dugal can get a result over here, get a draw, even manage to snatch a win, I think then we'll see Shubham really, really fired up for that second game up against Shantan, and anything could be possible there. But we now see Ankit Gupta again attacking from the right. Is he going to look for Ronaldo on that right flank with his cross? Surely the cross will come in, but delayed a little bit too much. I think quite a few players would have got wise to the fact that he's looking to cross that ball to get CR7's head onto it. And so far, Tuchel managing defensively quite well. And now on the counter attack, is he going to look for Ronaldo at the far post? I wonder. Decides against it, doesn't have much support, and you can see a very, very cheap giveaway, not something you want to do against Ankit Gupta because he can hit you on that counter attack so effectively. Well defended, though, you would have to say. Dougal has looked pretty solid today.
Oh yeah, he's not been making a lot of those mistakes. Just that one on that one account where Ankit Gupta went in for that shot, but no harm was really done over there, so it's fine. And holding on to Ankit Gupta for the first half is such a huge accomplishment over here for Dugal. In the second half, he has to look for that one potential counter break, and where he really goes in and gets the job done, or maybe he can get that done over here with Mbappe
Oh,
really going in through. That was such a nice play from his side out for a corner right now. A last chance before the first half really ends with Mbappe looking forward. to get a pass, but Kante with the
Uh,
interception.
Yeah, I think as the halftime goes, he'll be annoyed with himself. I would have thought he could have taken a shot over there. I mean, Ankit backed off and let him have the space, and I think he could easily have had a shot. And big opportunity given up by Ankit, and uncharacteristic of him. But listen, Dugal's doing a very, very good job. And you could see over there he learned from his mistakes. Earlier, he was just going for that simple cutback and was intercepted 2 or 3 times. This time, gave the short fake, but as the pass opened up, decided to go for the shot at the near post. So maybe the wrong decision in that moment. But well, Shubham has a little bit of a word in his ear as well. And he'll be hoping for sure that Dugal can give him something to defend, some opportunity, some motivation to go into that second game and try to get that win.
Oh yeah, and with the commencement of the second half, this is where we've seen, right? Ankit Gupta has been in these sort of situations. Like you said, right? He's been very conventional with his approach. He's been looking for those long balls in, and when that does not work out in the second half, he tends to get a lot more crafty, right? This is where we can expect that finesse shot coming out of him. A lot of central attacks going in, a lot of skill moves being displayed with
Oof.
Messi. There you go, a beautiful maneuver, goes for the shot, but Van der Sar making the save, and it goes out for a corner. And now we do know Ankit Gupta really specializes on these set piece routines. So can we get to see a goal from his side? Lobs it out, up high and mighty. But Odisha FC managed to see it through. But it's a long road for Pele, as he's got to get in. He's got to look out for those players. Will be finding for Ronaldo Nazario, but Cancelo making sure he's the first man to make his body reach towards the ball, and now SC Bengal back with the possession.
Yeah, that was actually a very good counter-attack opportunity. He found himself sort of 2-on-1. This is where Ankit Gupta thrives, though. But again, excellent defending. Ankit not quite on his game today, and also combined with the fact that Dougal is defending really, really well. You'd have to say it's looking like Odisha FC can potentially get something out of this game over here. But this time it's fired in, and that's surely a penalty. No, not a penalty, and even Ankit can't quite believe it over there. And ooh, looks like the VAR is not having a look at that either. And Dougal lives to survive another day.
Yeah, a jump scare over there, but I think Dugal has had a few. But it's fine. It's fine. He can certainly look at the future right now, at the
Oh,
present where he needs to score a goal, or maybe Ankit Gupta. He's contained him for so long, but how long can he continue doing that? Messi receiving the ball, we've seen him do all those tricks, but nothing really standing out today as a Kimi making sure. Dugal that he's got the ball in his court right now, and well, it has all been about Dugal really blocking off Ankit's attack one after the other, but on the counter attack
oof.
hasn't really produced that sort of a result that he would be expecting. And now he's today sporting the away jersey of Odisha FC, which I think I'm taking a look at it for the first time.
Yeah, nice shade of pink over there. Quite interesting, the away jersey as well. But well, focusing on the match now, Ankit has. I mean, he's not quite looked himself today. Yes, we have seen glimpses of that flair player of suddenly those quick moves. But again, see a lot of these cheap giveaways doesn't seem to quite have an answer. Is it the case of all the boys who are getting haircuts are going to lose today? Is that what's going to happen? Let's see, because it looks like Dougal is managing quite well, and he'll be happy to just hold on to the ball for a little while, keep possession, try to frustrate Ankit a little bit because he's a perfectionist. He wants to win every match, he wants to win every ball, he wants to score every chance. And they're a very cheap giveaway. Also has an injured player now in Kante trying to track back, so he's going to have to just see it out till the game magically repairs Kante's knee ligaments within a few minutes, and then he'll be absolutely fine. But well, there you go, seeing Pele, and you have to see the like. Speaking of perfectionism, like the one chance that Ankit had fell to Pele on that weaker foot, and it was blazed over. And immediately at halftime, Pele was subbed off. Tata, bye bye. We don't want you in the team anymore. I'm going to get Messi in there. Oh, this is a big break for Dougal, but again, too indecisive. And sometimes you just need to take that shot on. I feel we've seen those shots flying from the left foot of Bullet many times
Oh yeah.
before, and might have been worth it. But again, this is a big opportunity for Ankit. Will we see that long range shot coming from him? This time Mbappe into Ronaldo, but defended well by Hakimi over there. 9 out of 10 times we've seen that ball in the back of the net of the
Yeah.
header. And this time it looks like the stars are aligned for Dugal.
Yeah, I think Lugal
Oh
has done
no.
a really good job at holding Ankit Gupta off, but in those final moments, he cannot let to shrug it off as Ankit goes for the shot again towards Van der Sar out for a corner. As SC's Bengal, they are trying so badly to to find a success, but Duggal stands as a wall, and Shubham would be really happy and very pleased with even a draw coming out because he would want to take Shantan this time for a ride. But again, Shantan as a player, he has always improved, has shown so much composure, has shown so much talent. And I think being one of the one of the competitive players in the past, he's been focusing on the eISL. He did discuss about his future prospects. That he is not willing to hang on to hang up his boots yet. He's got a lot of tournaments coming up for which he really wants to practice. But for now, they've got their eyes on this matchup as Dugal managing to clear this threat off. As now he's on a counter attack, gets Ronaldinho in to the play. But let's see, with this long ball, I don't think much is going to happen as Cancelo will again receive the ball, and here we are back to ground zero.
Yeah, just 10 minutes left to play now, and I'm sure Ankit would be a bit frustrated. There's only one opponent who has stopped him from scoring in this tournament so far, and that has been Ashwin from Mumbai City FC. So I think this would be a huge achievement for Duggal, regardless. And I don't know, over the last few weeks, we have seen Ankit sort of go off the boil. He's not been that predator that we've been used to seeing. We've seen him sort of go take a 2-0 lead and just start sort of seeing out the match, not showing too much ambition. But in this game as well, I mean, he's showed ambition for sure. He's tried to score a lot, but not quite been as clinical, not quite been the same Ankit Gupta again over there. Very easily dispossessed. And you know what? I get the feeling Dugal might just steal something on the counter attack here. I'm just getting that feeling that this is the way the match is going. And again, if he gets the run in with Ronaldo, he has bodies in the box to find, and he's going to get a throw.
Oh yeah, and I kind of sort of side with you on that point because we've seen Ankit Gupta having drawn out a few of his games. Then we've seen Shayantan coming in and cleaning the pieces, right? So again, one of those days where I think we're heading into that sort of a direction. But maybe what do you think could be the possible reason? Is it the fact that players have finally done a thorough study and a read at what Ankit Gupta is up to, and has all his cards been open out on the table, or is it just that he's been a little lousy in terms of how he's been approaching towards the game?
Yeah, I think, I mean, everybody is allowed to have a couple of off days, and I think we're seeing that. And I said it was inevitable for SC's Bengal as well. And there you see, as we're talking about an off day, but this time, Van der Sar to the rescue in that last minute, and Dugal will just clear that ball out, take a nil-nil. But again, a good achievement for him to stop Ankit from scoring, gets that draw, and then gives his teammate a fighting chance. And maybe we'll see that unbeatable, that undefeatable Shubham turn up against Shayantan. Let's see how it goes. And you can see from the smile on the face immediately, Shubham is licking his lips. He's like, all right, I've got something to play for now. We can potentially go out and win this game. And he'd be looking to do just that.
Yeah, the Viper of eISL, like I love to call him, is all coiled up, ready to strike Shayantan. And what we do have for the winner, a whole box of Rosogullas is what you're gonna get. I do not know if they really intend to go vegetarian over there, but yeah, I think Beno 7 again, one of those players. Azim has been really sound, has been really consistent. If Ankit Gupta has been slipping a few games, it has been Beno 7 who has been looking really dominating the way he comes into play. And every single time you ask him what's the secret behind your energy, it's Ankit Gupta that he says, मैं जीत गया, but Ankit Gupta was the reason why I won. Never takes credit for himself. He's such a modest human being, and let's see what he's got to offer. But this matchup, it was all about Ankit trying to press in, attack, but Dugal held him off, right? Every single time he went after him, he was so prepared. And the only area where Dugal was really lacking was trying to go in for the goal. And Ankit did not give him a lot of chances, but it is what it is today.
Yeah, and you can see, I mean, it's a game that Ankit clearly dominated, scoring with, I mean, no goals but an XG of 2.9 versus 0.1. Limited Dugal to just that one shot on goal. Of course, it did lead to a save from the keeper, but nothing particularly perturbing. And we do have Dugal in the studio waiting to chat with us, so we will head right over to him. Uh, Dugal bhai, congrats on decent result for you. I think for anybody who stops Ankit from scoring, we like to give congrats to them. तो कैसा लग रहा है?
अच्छा ही लग रहा है अभी, बट डिसअपॉइंटेड विद द रिजल्ट। आई थिंक कि थोड़ा और चांसेस लेने चाहिए थे, बट अंकित तो अच्छा ही खेला उसने और डिफेंड अच्छा ही किया।
दुगल भाई, मेरा आपसे यही सवाल है कि आज ऐसा लग रहा था आप फुल होमवर्क करके आए हो, क्योंकि जो भी अंकित कोशिश कर रहे थे, यू हैड अ प्रीटी मच अ सॉलिड आंसर फॉर दैट। इट वाज योर डिफेंस वाज स्पॉट ऑन। सो क्या क्या ऐसी चीजें थी दैट यू फिगर्ड आउट एंड हेल्प्ड यू इन स्टॉपिंग अंकित फ्रॉम स्कोरिंग अ गोल?
एक्चुअली जब से यहाँ पे आया हूँ, जब से सबसे ज़्यादा फ्रेंडलीज मैंने अंकित के साथ ही खेले होंगे, तो दैट हेल्प मी। सो उसके थ्रू ही थोड़ा आइडिया था कि थोड़ा कैसे खेलेगा क्या है। बट अंकित वो कुछ भी मार देता है, तो थोड़ा पता ही है।
But
तो आज बच
yeah, I
गया, आज
think
अच्छा
we
ही था।
see that
या
yeah, we see you
या
figured it out. तो आपके शर्ट पे भी लिखा हुआ है How to stop Ankit Gupta, India's best kept secret. वो आपके पास है फिलहाल. But anyway, congrats on a good performance. We're hoping to see Shubham also back in form, and all the
या
best for the rest of the match.
या थैंक यू सो मच।
Cheers. Okay, so everyone just cannot stop appreciating Ankit, even their opponents. I do not know. Is Ankit Gupta a bully in the hotel or something? Because I'm starting to wonder. Abhi aap Shantan ko bula lo, he'll be like Ankit Gupta. Jeete kyun Ankit Gupta? And he's like, we called him like appreciate kar raha hai. Kyun? Kya ho gaya? Ankit Gupta is an amazing player, and suddenly one throws off me to think that is he out threatening players कि भाई मेरा नाम ले नहीं तो देख लूंगा तुझे, because I don't understand this equation, इतना प्यार in ऐसे times when considering the fact that SC East Bengal and Odisha FC, neighboring states, a lot on the line over there. But I'm pretty sure one man who is like, I'm going to stand for myself, is this man in front of our screen who's about to play his game against Benno 7. And would have loved to have this conversation with Shubham. What are his views? I think he's the only man who would come up and say no. I have a different thought. But regardless, Azim, it's enough jokes and banter. Let's get inside this game. What are your early speculations? What do you think? How is this match going to turn out as?
I just get the feeling that Shubham has a surprise waiting for us today. Because it's just not been going his way of late. The results have not been going his way. He's not quite found his foot in the game after the title update. His cap has had stickers pasted on it. So everything has been going quite not his way. And if you look at his skill rating, he's clearly been grinding a lot. He's got himself up to pretty much the same score as Lokmanu at 2252, and I think Lokmanya is 2260. So clearly been really putting in the hours. And of course, it's not just for this tournament where Odisha FC, I don't think will make it to the top four, but obviously it will stand him in good stead for all the future tournaments coming up as well. So he's up against Sayantan, who has slowly started taking away that MVP mantle away from Ankit Gupta. Of course, if he scores a few more goals, he could overtake. I do believe it's still Imad, number one on the rankings right now after the goals he scored today. So it's going to be quite a battle for that MVP spot right till the end. But of course, our focus now switches to this game, where looks like both these players, of course, are interestingly players who fully lean into the screen while playing. And we see Shantan has leaned in. I think the moment that Shubham leans in, we should be ready to go.
Oh yeah, and again, like you mentioned, I was taking a quick look at the top four goal scorers, and Ankit Gupta somehow managed to retain his mantle. Right, 16 games played, 40 goals, but Shantan is not far behind. Right, just six more goals. Six more goals is 6-0 scoreline that he can get. Maybe not the maybe 3K he can get from this game, 3 from the co-op, and could be sitting at the tippity top. But the way things have started off, it's kickoff time, and SC East Bengal in their home jersey from left to right. We do have Odisha FC in their black and purple, the V-Flex robot that I've chosen for myself from right to left. But right off the get-go, Beno 7 looks really adamant at going at Shubham, but against his very good defense. Let's see who has the final now.
Well, his defense was absolutely ripped apart by Ashwin that last time out, and oh my goodness, almost ripped apart immediately. And you can see Shubham reacting as if to say, okay, can't let that happen again. And well, he has a corner to defend now. Let's see if they've got any special routines planned. This one has been a routine they've used before. It falls almost to Rafael Varane over there, but Rudhulit in the right place to just get the danger out. And we do see now Odisha FC and Shubham can just take a bit of time on the ball, get a few touches, just get a feel for the game, get his passing range going, and then start to bear down on Shantan's goal. And I think really what this game needs to just make it that little bit more spicy is for there to be an early Odisha FC goal over here. And I think then the sparks will really start flying.
Oh yeah, but that's not really characteristic of Shubham to get those early goals, right? We've always seen him getting those quick counter goals. Just once he concedes and then instantly strikes back, and he's more of a late bloomer inside the game, right? He holds on, he looks for that perfect opportunity, just like the Viper in the deserts, and stolen, and now Beno 7 at this point is going to be making a run for it from that right wing, gives it back towards Hakimi. Look at how further ahead he's got his right backs up, and now, well, on Hullet towards Kante. Now he's looking for that perfect passing opportunity, but he's not getting a lot of room. Shubham has denied him of the same, but with Mbappe things could change if he can dribble the ball past. But Bellingham making that interception, but Hullet from SCEB Bengal still keeping the ball in play for them.
Yeah, they worked it quite well. Shantan putting a lot of pressure on Shubham's goal, but Shubham for the moment managing quite well, keeping it quite compact. That's been the story of the season over here. It's all about the 1v1s that Shubham has to really keep his eye on that ball and see where it's going. Sort of like real life football where don't pay attention to the man, just pay attention to where the ball goes. Easier said than done, of course, in FIFA, and that's a good pass to slip away from N'Golo Kante. A great through ball in behind, but just a little too much on it. And you just wonder if maybe there were the long legs of someone like a Ronaldo or, well, either of the two Ronaldos chasing that down. That might have been a different story.
Oh, it certainly could have. It could have gone either ways, to be honest, at this particular point over here. But now with this particular game going in the flows of it, SCEB Bengal, they've been creating a lot of chances. They've been trying to get in, but Shubham again has held on to himself, and it sort of is similar to what we really saw in the last game, right? Ankit trying to press in, get that goal in, but Tuchel being formidable than ever, making those defensive stances, succeeding. And with Shubham also. But Shubham is one of those players we know that he's got that never give up attitude, right? Towards the very end, that is where we're going to start looking at him to strike. And if he can manage to pull one off from Shantan and holds him off, you never know. This FC might get their revenge of the last match of which they lost against SCEB Bengal, who quite convincingly managed to get the win.
And now this is well worked by Shubham. Again, he's trying to get that ball across to Ronaldo. Couldn't quite do it, but did very well. Good presence of mind to just keep hold of the ball. And a great burst of pace there using CR7. Does he have a cutback available? He tries to go on his own. And the keeper is there to smother the ball. So Shubham now starting to show a few signs of life. He's been playing relatively passively for the start of the game, but now starting to try to take control and create a few of those chances. And Shantan has a few things to think about. He has created a few opportunities as well, but again, Shubham has been very solid defensively, not afforded him a lot of room apart from that one early chance he conceded, which of course led to the corner. But again, it only takes a second. This time, Shantan with a very poor choice of pass, easily cut out by Shubham. And now 37 minutes on the clock. Shubham would love a goal just before halftime. Just to throw a spanner into the works for SCEB Bengal, and he might have it here again. The opening was there for Eusebio, but that's a great ball. It falls to Ronaldo. It's in at the near post. An absolute screamer. Brilliant ball in from Shubham. smashing it in. Manual keeper movement did not work for Shayantan, and there you go. I think a deserved lead, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Odisha FC taking that lead, and it is comical sometimes to just see the keeper completely moving away from the ball, just out of trying to outfox the opponent.
Yeah, I mean, this was like, ye kya ho gaya moment, and like, ye kar lo, and he just received it. It was such a clean, well executed goal coming in from Shubham, and the Odisha FC fans are going to be elated. Now, considering that they've not got much of those happy days for themselves. They've not been on the winning side of things lately. But yeah, I think they've pulled off a few surprises against Kerala Blasters FC. They've ended their run, and now they're looking to surprise SC's Bengal up. And in those final few days, them stepping up is well, nothing much to be talking about. But as long as they can, still end their league stages with their heads held up high, that is exactly what the fans of Odisha FC would want with the remainder number of games. And Shubham again, one of those most trusted players. But this could all end over here. This could be a sucker punch, but no. Hakimi comes in at the right moment to save the day, and SC's Bengal at least contained in the first half, and Odisha FC did get more than what they bargained here for. They do have the lead.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we wanted to see as neutrals, to see Odisha FC going. And I mean, I did tell you that if Dugal gives Shubham something to feel motivated about, we're going to see him bring his A game. And here you saw him, he was looking for that cutback, but just couldn't find it, ended up running into the keeper. And then, of course, that delightful little chip in behind. Look at the ball over there, the presence of mind to spot that pass. And then, bam! As the goalkeeper, I think, gave up. It's literally like he said, what, this ball is going in. I'm just going to go on the side and have a sip of water. I cannot save this.
And where do we go from around here? What do you think, Azim, in your expertise, should Shantan do at this point, at least to get the equalizer?
I mean, we will for sure see Shayantan go a little bit more attacking. We have seen him in this situation. Don't forget, Shayantan is the master of the comebacks. He's been a goal down, 2 goals down, and in recent weeks, always finds a way to come back. It's never simple with him. He tends to do it always the hard way. Tends to give up the lead and then claw it back. And well, I think it could be a case of that today. But Shubham is looking very determined, very solid on defense. And when he's in that mood, when he gets his flow going, when he gets that determined, when he gets his game face on, we've seen him. He's gone 10 games undefeated at the start of this tournament, and he'd love to go the last 5 undefeated as well. And I think it can all start here.
Oh yeah, it definitely can, right? Because he's one of those players. We've seen him. He's shown that resilience time in and time out. As ladies and gentlemen, in the second half, Odisha FC would be looking to get another good, comfortable lead, but I felt that shot was way too ambitious. And what were the chances for that to really have gotten in?
Well, I think he went for the timed finish, but the timing was a bit off over there. Maybe if he'd seen that green timer, it could have led to a goal, or at least the keeper having to tip it over for a corner. But now we see Shayantan getting in, and again, very, very good last ditch defending over there from Shubham. Spotted that run at the back post, and now looks for his own through ball in behind. It's a great ball to find Mbappe. Good first touch as well, and now will he go for that cross? Will he try to bulldoze through? No, it didn't quite work over there. The trick, of course, the ball roll scoop turn didn't quite work out for him in that moment, and Shayantan will keep attacking. And I think it's going to get more and more exciting as this game progresses, because we are going to see Beno 7 commit more and more bodies on attack. We're going to see him also try to. We've seen him change his formations around. He's very happy to change formations midway through the game. He's happy to abandon his initial strategy and do what he feels is the right thing to win that match. And Shubham, I'm sure now, will be taking his time, just pass that ball around, frustrate and then force him to come out and win that ball off him. And Shantan for now is avoiding that temptation, but eventually he's going to have to go, like we're seeing now, and try chasing it down, and that can play into Shubham's hands. There we see Mbappe getting in, but offside.
Yeah, it was, at a certain point, I really felt that, and the ref also called for it. But now Shanthan getting this chance. This is pretty uncharacteristic for SC's Bengal today, to be trailing down over here. But this could all change. Maybe had that a little bit of an early chance to go for a cutback, did not really opt for that, and now the ball has been pushed away. So, considering Shanthan still has a few chances to go, he still has some time, but against Shubham, it's not going to be that easy, right? He's standing as a rock over here. Odisha FC have done a lot today, and the way he's been playing all those mind games has really worked out in his favor. But this could all change. Look at the intensity. It doesn't really feel like as if they're not fighting for anything at all, because by all means it's a ego thing at this point, right? Being one of the teams to be the one beating SC Bengal. Now, how many of them have really afforded to have done that, right? Not a lot of teams to brag about, but this corner could set everything's back to square one. It's definitely going to look out for Ronaldo, but gets the keeper instead.
Yeah, and we did see that little tactical discussion over there. It looks like it is 4-2-3-1 if my lip reading talents are on point. That's what Shubham is going to do, and that is generally the formation that the players have looked at when they want to be just that little bit more defensive. They have, of course, the two wingers tracking back. They also have the cam, the number 10 player, coming back and tucking back on defense as well. So you have basically a bank of 4 and a bank of 5 defending at all times, and then just that one striker left up top to try and hit on the counter attack. And Shubham will be very patient over here. This is a good opportunity. You know what? He could take a shot over here, falls to Hullet, and could be lights out if he plays this right. He's got Bellingham in there. Now Mbappe needs to get that turn, but just runs into traffic over there. Cancelo just standing there waiting for Mbappe to run into him. And now let's see what Shanthan has. It still looks like Shanthan is going with a back four. He hasn't gone 3-4-3 yet, so it looks like it is a 4-4-2 still, but we will see the fullbacks getting involved also, and we see them involved now. Hakimi, actually no, he's not pressing his fullbacks up forward yet, so not going completely desperate yet. He's cognizant of the fact that he could fall prey to a counter attack, but I'm sure at around the 80-minute mark he will get everybody bombing forward as much as possible.
Oh yeah, he would of course want to do that, because at this particular point it's much more needed, because in the co-op game it's so difficult to predict who's going to be winning, because pretty sure SC Bengal, the boys haven't really woke up on the right side of the bed, and not really a situation we have seen them quite often. So I really do not know how they're going to be responding to that co-op matchup, because Odisha FC, they've been looking flawless today in terms of their defense and that one goal, but it could all change. Oh, goes for that chip! Absolutely beats the keeper! And oh my god! What on earth was that, Azim? I cannot just believe what my eyes saw.
We've seen Shanthan do this in last matches as well. This guy is so high on confidence when he gets into that box, and another definitely a Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. Brilliant chip goal, and now all that hard work for Shubham suddenly goes down the drain, and now it's a choice for him. Does he continue to sit back and try to preserve this draw, or does he try to go and get that win? It's going to be a very difficult decision for him to make. And well, let's see now with Messi. He's going wide. I think he's just going to hold on to the ball and try to get that last attack. That should be the tactic for him, and yeah, that's what he's doing. Just holding on to that ball. Shanthan not pressing him too hard, although he has given it away, and now this could be disastrous for Odisha FC if he does not manage to hold on to this draw over here, because having worked so hard, he would love to go into that game 3 with a chance of winning all 3 points, and that's really what they need to do over here. And well, Shanthan is going for it. He's lost the ball, and now Shubham can counter-attack. He's got Messi over there. He's got Mbappe running forward. Can't quite find him, and decides to change the angle of attack now. He has Hullet over there searching for that custom run with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And this is it, last chance. I wonder over here if he may have just gone for that meta finish over there, going for that long range finish shot. He's found it into Ronaldo over here. Can't get the skill move to work. and that is that it is going to end as a 1-all draw. Another very, very intense encounter, but you have to say, well played to Odisha FC. They've really stretched SC East Bengal and taken them all the way, and it's not over yet, folks. It's all going to be decided in game 3.
Oh, it's game on. It is game on. But what a nasty goal was that? Even Shubham realized Shantan did him bad over there. He was absolutely stupefied when he saw that goal. Oh, no. That is the kind of a reaction we got to see. But folks, all of you watching this live, oh, this is getting so much more exciting, so much more interesting. We never really thought we would be at this junction. We really thought that this could be a one-sided affair. But boy, oh boy, props to the boys from Odisha FC. The way they have shown that grit, the determination in holding SC East Bengal off. And yeah, I mean, Beno 7 had been trying to creating a lot of chances. But Odisha FC did manage to get that early breakthrough. And then we did see SC East Bengal coming in back really, really strong, getting things tied up. And now it is the co-op that will be the decider. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, that was worked really, really, really well. And getting the fist bump and high five slightly wrong over there, but nothing to worry about. And then in the 80th minute, this was like, I mean, going for the chip over there to have the confidence. He saw the keeper off the line, and that's what gave him the confidence to do that. He just sort of baited Shubham into getting that keeper off to try and force him to make a decision. But yeah, very, very close game. Not much to call between the two players, XG of 1.6 to 1.1. So maybe East Bengal just about shading it. But both players, I think, played an excellent game, defensively especially, to hold on to that 1-all draw.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are in this sort of a situation. Just that one game raring to go. It's a perfect time for you guys to get your hands on the V-Flick robot, Terra Virtua's own dancing property. And all you've got to do is head into www.terravirtua.io/ISL and figure it out. If you're going for SC East Bengal, as they've been one of the favorites in the ISL, or maybe Odisha FC, like I have done, because I belong to that particular state, and it has always been a dream, something really attached to you guys. And now, Azim, we're in this sort of a junction where maybe I think it's going to be really close. I don't think teams would be going after. It would be a huge margin, the difference. But I think it's a match enough that has finally gotten Ankit Gupta back into his senses, right? He's got to realize that if he does not step up, maybe he's got to go home with a defeat.
Yeah, and listen, these are the games that define champions. These are the games where when you're not at the top of your game, it's the kind of result that you really have to grind out. And I mean, let's remind people that it just takes one loss for SC East Bengal, and suddenly Chennai FC and Mumbai City FC have the chance of overtaking them. So it's really that close at the top for SC East Bengal. And Odisha FC, they're in the mood, they're in the zone, they're still totally in this fight. They can easily end up coming out of this game with all 3 points. I mean, all 3 outcomes equally possible over here. It's been very, very closely matched so far. And I wonder if these boys have a plan up their sleeves, because let's again remind our viewers that the last time these two teams met was actually Odisha FC who won the co-op match, and it wasn't a dead rubber game. Actually it was, because I think Dugal had not managed to get the result against Shantan, but just barely. That was a very, very close match as well.
Yeah, so I think considering the fact that not a lot was on the line, then Odisha FC did manage to see it through. But today, I think SC East Bengal, they know that they're here to win. They've done a decent job, at least in the second game, with Shantan scoring that really nasty chip shot and finding that equalizer. But now you can see Ankit getting into his coaching classes, because he is a professional at that. He's a coach, for Christ's sake. So he's got all that experience coming in. He's got to channel his inner spirits and have a talk to himself. But clearly, I think it has to do something with the haircut nerf that V Sharma and Ankit have found themselves in. And maybe they need to get wigs back, or need to do something. Get their old hairstyles back and start winning games for their team.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they went to the same barber or not today, but clearly, guys, if there's other people watching, just don't go to that same barber. You'll lose the next match. That is what tends to be happening to these guys. But well, still plenty of time to go. SC's Bengal, of course, can still win this game and put all our concerns to bed about them being out of form. But I think it'll be encouraging for the other teams. All the teams around SC's Bengal will be pretty encouraged to see that, listen, these guys can be beaten despite the form that they were in. They can be taken all the way. And Odisha FC, they will be determined now to get those 3 points. I don't think they'll be happy with just the draw. They will really want all 3 points.
Oh, it's gonna get so exciting. It's gonna get so interesting right now. Yeah, both these teams would not want to settle with just that 1 point, right? At least, considering it's the end game that we've almost approached, and anything, it's gonna be those close margins that get to be the decider of this particular game. I still yet to figure out the cause for the delay in this matchup. It's basically the production holding on to all the viewers, because they've all rooted in, to see and find out who is the winner. So might as well like and subscribe to the channel as well, because we are approaching the playoffs and it's gonna get more interesting over there also. But for now, I think, what do you think in terms of personnels? What do you think in terms of formations? Could we expect to see anything different?
No, I think it'll be more of the same. It depends on really which of the two players matters they're going to go for, or are they going to go for a combination. Like, I think with Northeast United FC, we've seen that in the co-op they tend to go with Mufu's team with Ronaldinho. Or actually, I'm not sure. I think the policy over there is between the two of them, whoever wins, they use that meta. That's what it's seemed like to me. But I could be completely wrong. But anyway, here we go. We have finally got kickoff for you guys, and it is SC's Bengal versus Odisha FC. Dead level going into game 3. It was 1-1 and 0-0 in the first 2 games. So everything to play for in game 3. All 3 results completely on the table, and I really do think that first goal is going to be a very, very crucial moment in this game.
Yeah, I think it is indeed. It will be, as we finally kicked off, and SC's Bengal from left to right, already pacing in through that left wing, goes for that early cross, but Varane standing tall as a wall, winning that header out, and now Odisha FC suddenly find themselves on a counter attack.
Looks like it might be one of those end-to-end you attack, we attack kind of games, and that's what we love to see. Because for Odisha FC, I mean, not much to lose. Whether they win or whether they lose, it doesn't impact the overall result of the tournament too much. Of course, they would love to be in that discussion and sort of try to finish as the best of the rest. Like finishing 6th or 7th is still on the table for them. And obviously, even if it's not the top 4, they would want to finish as high up the table as possible. I think the only saving grace for them so far in the tournament is that it is very unlikely that they will finish last given the form of ATKMB, although they did win their last game as well. It falls straight to Ronaldo, and it is in. An early goal for Odisha FC. The cross not dealt with. I'm so sorry, an early goal for SC's Bengal. The cross not dealt with by Odisha FC. And that's exactly what they did not want, because that now allows SC's Bengal to play the game completely at their own tempo.
Yeah, I think, I was somewhere down the line anticipating that, right? I think maybe Ankit was just missing out on his daily dose of caffeine, and he just needed to wake up to his senses, right? He realized that one little draw, this is where questions are starting to get raised. I need to shut down all my critics, and in tandem with Peno 7 worked that goal out perfectly fine. And we have seen this sort of a camaraderie building up between these 2 boys out there, and one of the favorites to win the eISL. And 13 minutes on, and I think it's going to be a really ruthless show if they can find another one in. This time a similar sort of a routine from the left wing, but I've gone in for that long finish shot. I really thought for a moment that Van der Sar might get injured trying to do that.
Well, yeah, that was typical of Ankit to just try and have that shot. Again, a cross comes in, much easier for Van der Sar to deal with this time. And Odisha FC need to just take a moment to get their bearings back in. Of course, they need to realize that it's just 1-0. It's of course very deflating to concede an early goal in a big game like this when there is so much on the line, when the 3 points are available for the taking. And I think they just need to calm down. They need to realize that yes, they did manage to get the goal against SC Bengal as well. And this is very good 1-2 play, and not quite. I think over there they ended up having to do the fake shot because the shot was on the weaker foot for R9. Wouldn't have worked out even if you had taken it. And then you can see the recovery pace that Joao Cancelo gives you over there. Absolutely just demolished Cristiano over there with that pace. And now looking for the ball in behind Mbappe. The touch from Marquinhos is good enough. Played back to the keeper, composed to deal with it. The press from Odisha FC high, but not too intense. And again, you can see now N'Golo Kante up against R9. Again, easily dealt with. So both teams continuing to attack, and Odisha FC, of course, for them it makes no sense to just sit back and try to soak up pressure and grab one goal. I think they should try to just go for it, really take the game to SC's Bengal, and well, they will have to defend a corner just before they can do that.
Yeah, and I think SC's Bengal have been showing some really good FIFA coming into the first half of this squad battle, and it's gonna continue on. But no, Marquinhos has some different plans. He's making a run for it. Oh my goodness! Just to be stopped by Kante, and you would of course require Marquinhos in the backlines. He's been one of the spinal cords over there of the defense, and now with Kante. But Hakimi from SC Bengal making sure that he's got that read perfectly fine, throws it out, a throw in which Odisha FC are going to be looking at capitalizing on. Now they haven't got a lot of opportunities, but that's a nice triple pass through with Mbappe. He's going to look for some shot and he goes at it, and that is a goal. That's an equalizer, and SC Bengal absolutely stunned with Mbappe making such maneuvers and finally scoring. We are game on.
Well, it took 2 or 3 bites of the cherry for them to get the shot away and get the goal in that moment. But a great response from from Odisha FC. Another potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. If the game, of course, does end up finishing this way. And well, we haven't seen anybody win a game so far in these across these 3 matches. So maybe it's going to be the story. Maybe that's what it's going to be. Maybe it's just going to be a draw. And could be just a wake-up call for SC's Bengal. Doesn't damage their top 4 chances in any meaningful way. May just stop them from finishing at the top themselves. But of course, the eISL is not one based on just the league stage positions. There's bragging rights, sure, that comes with being number 1 after the league stages. But the grand prize and the prize money all goes to whoever wins at the end of the playoffs. So nothing too alarming for them. But now getting in behind here with CR7, usually the player that they want on the receiving end, and this is a good opportunity here. 1v1, a flying save from Van der Sar, fingertips to put it wide for a corner.
Yeah, and now, in these end phases of the first half, things have gotten suddenly so much more exciting as Odisha FC. They're not the ones to show their backs, right? They've gone head to head, and again, a cross coming in directly for Van der Sar, not too alarming for Odisha FC at this point, because it has been really unexpected out of what exactly SC Bengal are going to be pulling out. They've got a couple of routines that they have practiced and have really worked into fruition. But with Cancelo looking forward to get that pass, the ball has been stolen away, and this could be absolutely devastating if that gets punished. As 41 minutes, Ronaldo receiving the ball, he's going to look for someone, but that's an offside.
I think Odisha FC, the main thing they need to avoid is just those careless giveaways in midfield. And of course, easier said than done, because the intensity with which SC's Bengal are going to press you in the middle of the park. But sometimes, rather than giving that ball cheaply away to the opposition, it's sometimes, if you're in that situation, it's best to just kick it out for a throw-in. Have your defense getting back and set, and not giving the opposition that easy counter-attack and turnover. But Odisha FC being very calm, very calculated over here. They're waiting for that one moment. They're waiting for the passing lane to open up and really trying to force their way through. Now with N'Golo Kante, this is Kante in the box, not the player you want there. Now it's Hullet, and that's a very poor pass again. And with both defensive midfielders committed forward, I think Odisha FC will be happy to have heard the halftime whistle because they could have been counter-attacked very badly over there.
Yeah, I think with the menacing force that SC Bengal is, I think Odisha FC have managed to defend the helm pretty well. For now, look at that early on goal, and we really thought that this could be turning into an absolute bashing. But right after, Odisha FC kind of held on, were really resilient. But look at this piece of art over here with Mbappe battling it out through not just one, not just two, but four defenders, and still managing to score, and has forced Ankit Gupta into biting his nails. He's got to come up with something really handy today. He's got to come up with some clutch tricks if he's got to beat past Odisha FC. The Juggernauts absolutely determined to get and win, and they don't want to settle for anything less. They have been, they have pushed this game so far. And there you go. The second half commencement is on, and Odisha FC look to be getting an early quick breakthrough in starting phases of the second half, but a free kick from a very interesting position nonetheless.
Yeah, a good free kick opportunity over here. Let's see if they decide to go for that cross. He's shifted to Pele. I wonder if he's trying to sneak that in at the near post. Nope, he plays it straight to Kante, and they'll start building. Not exactly the player you want in that position to build the play, but that's what you have to deal with now. Ronaldo, this is the position you wanted him, but has the shot instead of searching for that ball across goal, trying to take the keeper by surprise just a little bit over there, but obviously it didn't work out. Odisha FC, of course, helps them statistically by adding another shot on target to the tally. And now looking for the cross at the back post, but at the back post there was Pele, which is not a player you want in that situation. And now on the counter attack, if they play this well, they have a big opportunity, and Mbappe, I think, is offside. No, he's not. He's managed to stay onside. He has to put this away, and it is the goal for Odisha FC. And woo, that was, I think there was literal millimeters in that offside. Like, you need to get out industrial, you need to get vernier calipers out to try and measure that offside.
Oh, but regardless, we have a game in hand, and it's getting so much more exciting. Odisha FC have really come in, and they've received more than what they could have ever really thought of. Now they're starting to dream, starting to look at that victory. But SC Bengal, they never thought that they would be looking at this position, but instantly wanting to change that away. I really thought that he could have gone in for the shot a little bit early on, and now well dealt with by Odisha FC, as all they've got to do, Azim, is look for one other goal and it could be lights out.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, all they have to do is not give that ball away cheaply in midfield. Again, just about defending that right and clearing it away. You can see the panic in that moment, not wanting to make a pass over there because it was just so risky. And sometimes it's better to do that. Sometimes it's just better to clear that ball up the pitch or just clear it out for a throw in and get yourself set. There's a big gap on the right flank. If they can spot it there, they have. The gap has been closed down now. And yes, they need to now utilize the spaces in midfield to create a few gaps for themselves, really get SC Bengal to start pushing up on them. And this is not a position that SC Bengal are accustomed to being in. They usually, by this time of the evening, have already sorted their win out. They've won their 2 individual matches. Maybe 1 or 2 times they've been forced into like co-op matches of consequence. So it's a different situation for them, and they're having to adapt. And now let's see what's on the cards over here. Standing back from Ronaldo, surely a cutback, but blocked. Brilliant defense again. Reading that, anticipating where the shot would be coming from, and now on the counter attack come Odisha FC. This opportunity to find Mbappe and Ronaldo over there, deciding to slow it down just that little bit. It's a double-edged sword, because when you slow it down, there is obviously that big chance that you can lose the ball in midfield because of the constant pressure and the team press that SC Bengal will be using just like that, and now be forced to defend. But well, good news for them, they managed to keep the ball and give it away again.
Oh yeah, and from here onwards, 69th minute marker, and SC Bengal eyeing out for that one equalizer over here. They've got to do it really fast. They've created those opportunities, but Odisha FC being very careful, and a little bit of a showcase of what they're trying and the changes that they're making. So we can see some changes in the front three, but what?
I wonder if they'll be going to a 4-2-3-1 again. I think that's what Shubham did to try and see out the win, but unfortunately for him, he was undone by that spectacular finish from Shantan. I wonder if they'll try to set up 4-2-3-1 because you know that SC's Bengal will now be going more attacking. And well, I guess from the gestures over there, they're saying, you know what, let's just keep attacking. Let's just keep going. Let's let them attack, but we'll attack them back.
Yeah, I think it's all about trying to hammer each other on, and I think things are way too personal right now with the game, where this game is heading towards. And Odisha FC, they're of course looking for that one goal, but now they've got to defend this corner routine from SC East Bengal. Still in the play, getting Vinicius Junior in, gets that extra bit of a pace while entering into the box, and now that is exactly what SC East Bengal needed. But Odisha FC is showing how Vinicius Junior can take those really fast runs with Mbappe. Have to look for that cutback.
Oh,
No, Hakimi with a little shoulder nudge will make sure that the ball does not go through. But now I think this is the point. This is where we've entered into an arena where Odisha FC can go full on defense, right? They still have that goal to defend, and if they can manage to do so, will at least seal off 1 point from SC East Bengal, and that's going to be huge for their personal record.
And another cheap giveaway over there. They had the options actually in a couple of occasions to play that ball wide right to Messi, and I think now they want to change that formation and get more bodies in midfield. I think initially it was Dougal saying, you know what, let's attack, let's go for it. But now I think maybe Shubham saying, you know what, let's just make it a little bit more solid. And SC's Bengal, you can see that thinking about it, what are we doing wrong? Why are we not winning this match? We to win every match. How are we not winning today? All the questions, and then a little bit of self doubt can start creeping in. And just towards the end of the tournament is not when you want to see your form dipping, but that's what's happening for them right now, and they'll be hoping that they can stage a big comeback.
Oh yeah, I think they definitely are hoping and looking forward to it. But Cancelo suffering a little bit of bruises over there, but is it enough to take him down? But regardless, SC East Bengal, they're gonna keep on trying to hammer through the defenses. Haven't really succeeded on a lot of occasions, but this could change all around here. Perfect one coming in, the pass coming in at the right moment, and just when Odisha FC were thinking to start celebrating, Mbappe is the one who has spoiled the party, and SC East Bengal are right back in the game. And now much more entertainment. 10 minutes to go. Who's gonna get the winner?
Oh man, it's again heartbreak for Odisha FC. They suffered it in the game against Shubham as well, at pretty much exactly this moment in the game. And I do wonder, did that injury to Cancelo over there play some role in him not being able to defend effectively? No time to think about it though. Now is Vinicius coming in there. You have to remember, of course, Vinicius does not have a very strong weak foot. I think it's probably a 3-star rated weak foot. He crosses with that weak foot. And will the ball fall to Ronaldo? It is going to be a goal kick, though. No, it's going to be a corner. So still a chance for Odisha FC. And, bringing the keeper out to try and block off that cross into Hullet. So plenty of players back. I think they're going to try to play that ball into the midfield. Oh no, the ball does go to Varane and he heads it just narrowly over.
Oh, it's gotten so intense right now. It's just 5 minutes left, and SC East Bengal, I think they're going to buy some time. They're going to put all their minds and effort, but the steal could be really deadly. Odisha FC cannot afford to make any mistakes. Goes for the shot, but no deflection coming out. The ball still in play, looking for that cutback.
My goodness! Oh, they were saved by the manual keeper movement over there. He anticipated that he would be going for the far post and just held out. Oh my goodness me, this is so close. Oof.
At this junction that we've arrived, Mbappe. Oh, there you go. Almost that last chance for SC East Bengal. They've got to make it all count, right? For Odisha FC, they either settle with a draw, because I don't see them, trying to go for that final attacking chance. But no, I think this could all change with still 1 minute I think this is it. This is all that Odisha FC need right now. But no, steal
No.
again. And SC Bengal, they've got to do something really quick and fast. A last-ditch effort,
Oh my
and this could be
goodness.
really, really dangerous. But Cancelo finally managing to, save the day. But it's all right. You could
Ooh.
see all the players being flaring at each other. And for the first time, I saw this version of Ankit Gupta. I don't remember last time him being really ever tensed, really ever try harding to win. Clearly shows how much he had put inside this game. Both these teams have a few pointers to discuss, and what a game!
Oof. Oh, an absolute epic. Really, really. I mean, nobody gave Odisha FC any chance coming into this game, but they've come out and really stretched SC's Bengal all the way over there. And you can see still a little bit of argument happening across the table. Wonder what that's about. Well, I guess we'll never know. Maybe we can get to ask them if we meet these players during the finals. But there you saw at the start of the game. It looks like it looked like it was going to be a fairly straightforward formality, more or less, for them. But then suddenly, Odisha FC managed to find their way back with this great goal.
Yeah, I think the way the tempo of this match started, we really, like I said, 10 minutes in, instantly SC Bengal scoring a very fast goal. But them being a little loose on their defense really was a hefty price that they had to pay for. But Odisha FC would be really pleased with what they could manage out from a weird draw. Because towards the very end, all they had to do was not let that goal slide in. And you could clearly see this one, the defense absolutely opening up for Mbappe. And all they got to do is just have a touch on the ball. And there you could see that sly little smile coming in. And Beno Seven, he's always this serious kind of a guy. We don't really see him get those cheeky little smirks and everything apart. Such a closely contested matchup. Look at the possession stats, look at the shots and everything. It was such a cagey affair.
Yeah, it was a real heart and mouth game, I think, for both teams and all of us watching as well. It could have gone either way this match. Honestly, it was so tight, and just a fitting end, I think, to cap it all off.
Yeah, I think what really happened over there was the last goal, right? Last goal coming out of East Bengal, making that really differentiating factor over there. Odisha FC, they really started dreaming of winning this game back on, all just to get foiled, right? And now it's such a situation that we're in. First time, I'm really wondering who could be the hero of this matchup, what could be the Terra Virtue super moment of the day.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I never really thought that these guys took their Rasgulla so seriously. I think their clubs really said, you've got to win it for the bragging rights. But taking a look at the scorecard, nothing separating these two teams for this evening. An improvement for Odisha FC considering the last time they met each other.
Yeah, and you can see steadily improving with goals each match, 0-0, 1-1, 2-1. So probably the next time these guys meet, it will be 3-3. But very, very evenly matched. And I think Odisha FC played with great heart. And let's see who played with the greatest heart. We've got a spoiler for hero of the match, which is come on the screen. But we'll let you know who the hero of the match is.
Just in a while.
Now.
Nah.
I think, come on.
Yeah,
yes, there we go.
There you go. Hero of the match coming up for Dugal. So 2 goals scored. Of course, the goals scored in the co-op games really mattered a lot over there. And as a result of which, well deserved it, hero of the match, and he's been getting that. We've seen him getting this title for quite some time. He's been taking the driver's seat. He's been looking really confident the way he's been scoring, and Shubham also aiding him that essential support, that final pass. And Odisha FC, wow! I mean, if they could have shown this sort of a performance, maybe a month earlier, things would have been completely different. They could have been contesting for that top for surely. But yeah, I think maybe pressure was just too much. Maybe they just had those bad few days. regardless, whatever it is, I think it's safe to assume that SC Bengal is not going to bother them a lot. But still,
Yeah.
for the other teams watching out there, they finally have managed to spot out a few fallacies which can be capitalized on in the playoffs if they do not improvise on their play.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it will be a wake up call for SC's Bengal as well. I'm sure these guys are not guys who enjoy dropping points, let alone losing. So they're going to be taking away a lot from this game also.
Yeah, of course. But now it's time. We've got to take a look at which moment is the Terra Virtua Super moment of the evening. And, well, it has to be. It has to be that second goal coming out. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Odisha FC, the way they've played, it all came down to the wire, but so much room and space given towards Mbappe. And this is where we really thought that, Odisha FC might just become the victors of this particular game. But yeah, that was not the case in those last final minutes. It was, of course, SC Bengal who responded, and no outcomes whatsoever in terms of the winner.
Well, I mean, I think they'll be happy with the draw. I'm sure we'll get to see a look at the leaderboard as well and see how what impact that has on proceedings just very shortly. But yeah, I think we do have it right here. SC Bengal now with the same number of games played as Chennai and FC are sitting 4 points clear. That does, of course, give Mumbai City FC the opportunity to close in and be within 3 points of SC's Bengal. And of course, it gives FC Goa as well the opportunity to close in and potentially throw their hats in that ring as well. It's all getting so tight now, just like 3 or 4 games for most of the teams left to play. And for Odisha FC, they would have liked a win. It could have taken them up above Odisha FC, and I mean, it could have taken them up against Kerala Blasters FC, and they could have given them a little bit of a boost. But still, enough time to go, and really, I think that 7th or 8th spot is what they're going to be battling for.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point, like we could clearly see, right, Odisha FC not really being in the contention, and SC Bengal being really comfortable. Chennai and FC also 31 points. They've gotten their they got in the second spot, but I think that's where they kind of find themselves comfortable, right? Because the first position is cursed, maybe not for SC Bengal, as we do have Ankit Gupta, who is waiting for us inside the studio. And Ankit भाई, ये आपका क्या आज हेयरकट के वजह से ऐसा परफॉर्मेंस हो गया या क्या हो गया? मतलब ऐसे
नहीं
तो
नहीं
नहीं होता भाई।
परफॉर्मेंस एंड टू एंड गेम था बट दोनों अनलकी रहे, गोल ही नहीं जा रहे थे, दोनों की काफ़ी अच्छी डिफेंडिंग थी बट ये गेम ही ऐसा है तो इट्स ओके, वी टेक इट यही बोल सकता हूँ।
बट आप और वंशज दोनों सेम बाबर के पास गए?
हाँ सेम सेम जो
तो
अवेलेबल था
इसलिए
उसके
फिर
पास
दोनों
ही।
जीत नहीं पाए।
हाँ मेरे को लग रहा है थोड़ा जिंक्स हो गया।
बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, आई थिंक ये मैचअप की अगर बात करें तो उड़ीसा एफसी ने काफी अच्छा खेला। ऐसे मतलब बहुत ही कम टीम्स हैं जो कि आप एससी बंगाल को इस तरीके से कंटेन करके रख सकते हैं। तो क्या अलग आज लगा उनके परफॉर्मेंस में आज में और द लास्ट टाइम यू गाइस वेंट ऑफ अगेंस्ट ईच अदर?
आज ओडिशा काफ़ी अच्छा खेल रहे थे क्योंकि वो एकदम खुल के खेल रहे थे, लाइक इट वाज एंड टू एंड गेम। दोनों भी गेम काफ़ी इंटेंस थे, एक्चुअली तीनों गेम काफ़ी इंटेंस थे एंड ओडिशा प्लेड रियली वेल, सो अच्छा रिजल्ट था उनके लिए भी।
And also for you, I think ये पूरे eISL में only the second time you have not managed to score in a match. So how do you feel after these things happen?
हाँ जब गोल नहीं जाता बुरा लगता है बट ठीक है, नेक्स्ट टाइम से थोड़ा ज़्यादा रिस्क लूँगा। उस रिस्क टेकिंग प्ले थोड़ा बंद कर दिया था बट कल से मे बी आई ट्राई रिस्क
एग्जैक्टली, आई
लेके
थिंक
खेलना।
ये सेम चीज मैं और अजीम भी खुद डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि आजकल आप बहुत ज्यादा सेफ खेल रहे हो, एंड कहीं ना कहीं हम देख रहे हैं जब भी आपके ओपोनेंट्स आ रहे हैं कुछ एक रणनीति के साथ आ रहे हैं, दे आर मैनेजिंग टू होल्ड यू ऑफ और डाउन। तो प्लेऑफ्स के लिए क्या कुछ स्पेकुलेशंस हैं, कुछ चेंज अराउंड्स होंगे या फिर आप अपने सेम गेम प्ले के साथ ही कंटिन्यू करने वाले हो?
और प्लेऑफ्स में अभी देखते हैं थोड़ा प्लेऑफ मतलब हाँ ठीक है, गेम तो जैसे जैसे कंपटीशन बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे गेम इम्प्रोवाइज करते रहना चाहिए क्योंकि सेम गेम होगा तो लोग रीड करने लग जाते हैं। तो आई फील कि इम्प्रोवाइजेशन होते रहना चाहिए गेम में, ईच एंड एवरी मैच काउंट्स।
Well, we'll be of course with you for the full journey of improvisation. So hard luck today on your draw
थैंक
and
यू,
मिलेंगे। in the next
ठीक
match.
है see you.
Cheers. Chalo. And there you go. So, of course, always with a smile. And it was not the haircut nerf. That is what he claims today, right? But regardless, I think huge props, mad props to Odisha FC. Would have loved to also have a conversation with Shubham, but it is what it is. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute cracker of a match. And here is something that we have for you guys to get your hands on the Terra Virtua V-Flect robot, an exclusive property, and I have personally gotten this. You can also get your hands on Odisha FC's exclusive V-Flect robot. All you've got to do is head into www.terravirtua.io/ISL and select your favorite club, anyone that you want to support, and get it personalized, get it customized just according to your needs. And it's worth $99.99, but for you guys, it's free when you sign up. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with all the games for our evening. Before we head out, this is eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Huge shout out to our sponsor, our associate sponsors, Hero, esports partners, Nodwin Gaming, platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua. It was such an interesting evening. We got to see a lot of surprises. We got to see a lot of dominating players. A lot of players are really coming into the fray, but the action does not stop here in itself. You can head over to the Real Hero ISL that is happening in the real world out there. It is all on Star Sports Network, GeoTV, and Disney Plus Hotstar. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, Azim and I are going to be calling it a night because we are going to be seeing you tomorrow. Till then, have a good night.